What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by picking out the hair and then going with the grain with the 1.5 guard. After we were done taking down all the hair, we moved on to our gold FX and created our first guideline. You always want to make sure you contour this guideline to the head shape. Now that we're done creating our first guideline, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using the lever all the way closed and midway will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we've erased our initial guideline, we're going to go ahead and move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to soften up the same guideline and move on to your half guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you watch to the end. Using our 1.5 guard all the way open, we're going to go ahead and go against the grain right above our 1 guard all the way open. Since we're done with our 1.5 guard, we're going to move on to our 1 guard all the way open and detail as much as possible. Always remember to go with the grain and against the grain when needed. Also remember to always use your comb to brush down the hair in the direction it lays. Moving on from the back, we're going to start off with our gold FX and create our first guideline. Now that we're done creating our first guideline, we can move on to our no guard all the way open. Using the lever all the way closed and midway will help you erase that initial guideline. Moving on to our 1 guard all the way open, we're going to create our third guideline. Now that we've softened up the line with the 1 guard, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Moving on to our 1.5 guard all the way open, we're going to go ahead and try to blend into the bulk. keep repeatedly switching from the 1.5 guard to the 1 guard all the way open. Using the raking method with the no guard all the way open is very important when you're blending into the 1 guard. When using my 1.5 guard, I always like to use the corners. Always make sure to go against the grain in some areas where you see some darkness. When doing my necklines, I always start at the bottom and work my way to the top arch. Moving on to the sideburns, we're going to start off with our no guard all the way open and create our first guideline. Now with our 1 guard all the way open, we're going to go ahead and create our second guideline and connect the 1 guard to the half guard. We're going to move on to our gold FX and go at an angle at the back neckline. You always want to make sure you comb out the hair before you set in your guideline. Moving on to the hairline, we're starting off in the middle and working our way to the left side. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. start to apply some elegant shave gel and then use our Turkish razor and Derby Premium blades to make them as crispy as possible. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid taper on my boys, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline in the back taper with our Goat FX. You always want to make sure you contour this guideline so they're head shaped. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using the lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. You want to make sure you don't go too high with this, also flick out. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the guideline, then move on to the half guard to erase it completely. Switching over to the half guard, we're going to try to erase this line completely. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Before we get into the larger guards, we're going to debulk by going with the grain. I'm using a 2 guard all the way closed. I'm then going to use a half guard. Now I'm going against the grain with the 2 guard all the way open, creating our fourth guideline. Now we're using the 1.5 guard to erase the line completely. I'm making sure I'm using my corners and flicking out. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to the 1 guard all the way open and using your corners to flick out will help you remove that guideline. Now we're doing some detail with the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done with the back taper, we could go ahead to the neckline and start to debulk. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch, just like my C cups. You always want to make sure you're consistently combing and trying to lay down the hair before you line him up. Now we're moving on to the side taper and creating our first guideline with our Pagoda effects. You want to make sure you make this guideline a little bit at a curve, just so it could give the taper a little bit of a burst. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're going to use the lever to soften up this line and remove it completely. Now that our initial guideline is completely removed, we can move on to the 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get ready for the half guard. Before we use the half guard, we're going to go ahead and debulk with our 2 guard all the way open. Now we're heading back to the half guard, removing that initial guideline. Moving on to his front hairline, we're going to go ahead and debulk with the 2 guard all the way open just before we line him up. I always start my hairlines at the middle and work my way to the sides. Heading over to the C-cup area, I'm starting my way off at the bottom and working my way to the top arch, just like my neckline. Moving on to the Turkish Razor and Derby Premium blades, we're going to make him as crispy as possible. We're going to be doing his mustache, eyebrows, and hairline. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, thank you for watching this far into the video. Leave a comment if you did.